I can't believe I messed up that bad. Wow. You know what? Enough playing around. To let you guys know, this is part 2 of my new Super Mario Bros. U playthrough of World 3, so we're gonna try this once again, and this time with a squirrel suit in tow. Truth is, I'm actually liking the squirrel suit a lot more than any other power-up in the game. Why? I really do not know, but the thing is, it's like the cape from Super Mario World, and I knew I would have gotten my hands on a Yoshi before I did this. Whatever, it doesn't really matter to me, because this time I'm prepared for anything. At least with the squirrel suit, I can now progress further without so much as getting hit. Well, last part was just, especially at the end. And to let you know, my death count is at number 2. Thank you, squirrel suit, for giving me the ability to excel higher than before. Oh boy. Anyway, to get the final star coin, you need to get your hands on that POW block. Yeah, getting the coin is the hard part. Well, not really, but you need to get the POW block. But once you grab it, make sure you throw it and then move as fast as possible to get it before it sinks into the bottomless pit below. And you don't want to go through that, believe me. And we're near the end anyway, so you know what? I really don't give a hoof about this level. Yeah, I'm trying my best not to swear, but whatever. This level is just purely bad. Why? I just don't want to say, but let's just say I feel that this is one of the weaker levels. But I may be wrong, and everyone's entitled to their opinion and whatnot, but whatever. I already completed Area 3. With it done, I can basically lead a passageway to Area 5 of this third world. But before we do that, let's tackle Area 4 first. Yeah, I want to make sure I have every nook and cranny taken care of. And to let you know, this is post-commentary. So right now we tackle Area 4, Urchin Shoals. And like every good level, it's an overhead. And the gimmick in this level is basically the Urchins. The Urchins are just simply an annoying mess to deal with. Especially the giant ones. The giant ones, you can't take them down by normal means. You can take down the smaller ones with ease with fire flower shots or a Koopa shell, but the bigger ones actually require a Koopa shell just to take them down. That is just really the lame part about all this. Yes, I know, a lot of people complain at that, so sue me. Anyway, I'm trying to get my hands on an item that's going to help me get like some of the star coins really easily. That's right, it's a mini mushroom. The mini mushroom, as you know, makes Mario really tiny, but he has some advantages. He can walk through water, can walk on walls, or run on walls, basically, because you need a starting run to do that. But if you fall, you'll have to end up facing the water, and if there are enemies nearby, you die. That's the only minor gripe with the mini mushroom. Though, how do I put this in the right words? The mini mushroom does give you some advantages. I already explained the advantages. I also forgot to mention that with the mini mushroom, you can actually jump higher than before, which is actually pretty nice. I really like it personally. I missed the checkpoint here because I'm like, oh wait, I didn't miss it. I think it's the next level I miss it, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I keep on moving. I got to ignore all these obstacles here, and then I rake it and got myself a regular mushroom. Yes, I apologize for my fibbing lines, but you get my point. This is unscripted post-commentary. I do this all the time when I do commentaries on my videos, so sue me. I'm not like other professional YouTubers who can make this look easy. Make commentary look easy. Make gameplay look easy. I play by my own rules, for crying out loud. Sheesh. But anyway, I watch this. Just watch this right here. You need to use a Koopa shell and then take out all the little urchins. Though you could use a fire flower to actually take them all down, but this is a good alternative if you know what you're doing. Anyway, to get the final star coin after you take down these urchins, you need to take a pipe underwater and get the third star coin before those two giant urchins decide to take a squeezing to you. And that's about it. I got all 3 star coins, though despite the fact that I got damaged, I'm actually enjoying this. Yeah, and this is the last part here, though you have to be careful. You don't want to get hit by these, like, giant urchins. Basically, you just need to be careful. That's all I'm going to say on this level. Since the urchins are just really huge and all that, if you had like a star or something, you could just sweep through them like they're nothing. It's not a joke. And there's this huge passageway. I thought to myself I would get higher, but since I don't have a mini mushroom, I can't do that, which sucks. And this is another gripe I have with this level. It's just really bad, and I just like couldn't get all 8 star coins because my timing with the urchins was way off. Yeah, not to mention that you have a time limit, and that to me is what stinks. This last part here is pretty easy. I got an extra life here. Who am I to complain? I got like plenty of extra life, so even if I were to die many times, I'm not that worried, believe me. Anyway, that tackles Area 4, and I got all 3 star coins. And with that done, we can now access Area 5, the 5th area in the game. Yeah, the 5th area of the third world, I mean. Anyway, Area 5 is where things get really dicey. take care for Dragon Eel's Undersea Grotto. Once you enter the pipe underwater, you know full well things are going to get really dicey really fast. Now, why do I ask this? Despite the fact that you have to deal with these yellow Cheeps. These yellow Cheeps will always move in a straight line, though one part of the level you can actually go in the middle at the end. And uh-oh, looks like we have a bigger problem. You see that behind me that's approaching? That is a Dragon Eel. These Dragon Eels are long sea creatures that'll follow you wherever you go. Basically, whatever you do, don't get hit by them. You can basically use your movement to your advantage and be able to outwit it. Just make sure you don't get hit, because that would really totally suck, and that would be really bad for you. Anyway, just make sure you keep your distance, and under any circumstances, don't get hit by it. That would really suck. Though you could use the Fire Flower to smack its sides to speed it up, though it's recommended if you're in a hurry. Though I would basically take my time and just be careful. I missed the checkpoint here, but I doubt that would be of any importance. Anyway, the second star coin is easy. I just need to move that Dragon Eel out of the way. It's funny that Nintendo comes up with weird names for certain enemies, like Dragon Eel, a play between a dragon and an eel. An electric eel, basically. However, this electric eel doesn't spread out electricity. That to me is a shame. And I gotta make sure I move as much as possible. I'm hitting its head and it's not doing any good. Though I quite frankly mess up and end up... No, I didn't mess up. That's not happened till later. I just keep on going, no big deal. Gotta watch out for the Dragon Eel, because the Dragon Eel is a real pain in the butt, quite frankly. And to get the 8 red coins here, it's pretty simple. Just make sure you move the Dragon Eel in a position where you can actually get all 8. Basically go over and under and around. Pretty simple, right? Anyway, to get the 3rd star coin, you need to take that red pipe. That red pipe right here. There you go. And to get this star coin here, you need to make sure to get it and then get your butt. Wait, that was my fault. I pressed the jump button a little too fast. And these Dragon Eels are a different color. Though the strategy is the same. If you use Fire Flowers on it, you could force it to move a little faster. Though a little faster ain't that good enough. And we keep on moving, keep on going, and here comes the Dragon Eel again. And this is where I mess up severely, since without my Fire Flower, I'm sunk. Not that it matters since you're at the end of the level, and I think at this point here, if you stay in the middle, those Cheeps won't attack you. And that's about it. It's pretty simple, though if you're able to use the Fire Flower to smack the Dragon Eel's side to your advantage, you could actually be able to get it done fast. Though I've seen people do a lot better, so sue me. If I can't do anything better, I apologize, but this is my run. I do whatever the heck I want with it. So there. Anyway, that's about it. I guess that takes care of Area 5, and with Act 5 beaten, not to mention getting all 3 star coins, I get access to the castle. But we won't be going there. Not yet, anyways. There is something else I wanted to do. I went into the Mushroom House because I was thinking I needed some items, and sometimes you need all the items you can get. Anyway, this minigame here, there are 3 sets of 3 Yoshis. 1 red, 1 blue, and 1 yellow. If you look before, you see Yoshis each carrying different items. By pattern memorization, you need to take each Yoshi and place them on the right side. The red Yoshis tell you what items they have. The blue Yoshis tell you how much you can get, and the yellow Yoshis determine if you have Toads or Bowsers. If you have Toads, you get items. But if you have Bowsers, you get nothing. And I'm lucky to even get 2 Fire Flowers, which is actually pretty good. Pretty good indeed, because quite frankly, I'm actually doing a lot better than I should. Anyway, with 2 Fire Flowers in tow, I'm more than happy to be prepared. But at this point, I decided to tackle the secret area that is in this world. The 3rd world is quite frankly very enjoyable, though I do feel that there are some faults. Anyway, now we tackle the secret area of Sparkling Waters, Shroom Stalk. Though I don't know if it sounds right, but whatever. Anyway, I got a squirrel suit, which is good since I needed a change of pace, though that's not going to last, believe me. The level is actually pretty easy, quite frankly. It's pretty easy in my humble opinion. Anyway, the whole point here is that you need to keep going as high as possible. Now, why am I saying that? Yeah, and if you're wondering right now, as of this recording, I'm watching DX, the new DX Reformed on Netflix, since Netflix, I mostly use it to watch Power Rangers. Yeah, it's true. I'm a Power Rangers nerd. I've watched almost every season of Power Rangers. Recently, Power Rangers Samurai a few months ago finished, and now they're going to be doing Power Rangers Mega Force. Though it's actually split into 2 parts, since, quite frankly, they did this for Samurai and Super Samurai. It's Mega Force, and I think the second half is going to be adapting Gokaiger. Though the first is doing Goseiger. Though I should feel that Mega Force should have been its own series, and having Gokaiger be something else. It would have been a lot better than just having the old 2-season, 20-episode thing. Despite the fact that Haim Saban now has the rights to Power Rangers again. I'm complaining too much, but it doesn't really matter by this point. If you've been paying attention to the video of me going through this level, you know where the star coins are. The first one and the second one you need to keep on the left. Just make sure you have plenty of room to make your move. The third one is that you need to keep on the right. Though, quite frankly, I was really lucky to even get my hands on the third one. Yeah, everything's all luck-based in some levels like these. You just need to time your movements right, and you'll be able to progress. Though if that stock would have been any higher, I would have grabbed onto it, and it would save me some time. Not that it matters, since what happens next becomes a real pain in the butt. I lose my squirrel power. So sue me. Does it really matter this much? Not really, since I'm already at the end anyway. Just wait for the shroom to completely pull off, and then you time your jump right, 1, 2, like so, and you get yourself another 1-up. I'm already at 70 lives, so that takes care of that. And with it, I believe we unlock another passageway. Where does it lead us? We'll find out. Why don't we find out? Because you're always so curious, right? Let's see. Wow, this passage alone lets you reach World 6, skipping Worlds 4 and 5 entirely. Though these secret passages are very useful for those that want to speedrun games like this, though I do feel that I'm just going through every single thing just to make sure I get 100%. And it looks like these cheap-cheeps want to fight really badly, believe me. They really want to fight. Though the strategy here is pretty easy. You get a star, your job is to whack these cheap-cheeps in 50 seconds. Or less, since that's all the amount of time you get. Though you have to be careful though, if you waste too long, if you take too long, you lose. And what do you know? You actually get a star. Doesn't it contradict? I think that it does. You use a star to defeat the cheap-cheeps, yet you earn a star afterwards. That really contradicts it, I swear. But that's nothing. Just wait till World 4 when things really get dicey. Anyway, with all that said and done, we now tackle the castle of sparkling waters, Larry's Torpedo Castle. And if you notice below, there are Torpedo Teds. Torpedo Teds have been an enemy that were introduced in Super Mario World. Though the sad thing is they only appeared in one level, which was, I think, Soda Lake. And the only way to unlock Soda Lake is by going through, I think, a secret exit. Like, there was, like, another exit you could reach to the Cheese Bridge area, though you really need to time your moves right. Believe me, it just really is horrible that you find the main exit only to find out that you end up losing it, and you end up leading to Cookie Mountain, and that sucks. Anyway, we keep on going. I already got the first star coin despite suffering some major hits. And we now tackle the second portion of the level, an underwater level, and that to me really sucks. Though I'm not complaining, believe me. Anyway, we keep on going. Yeah, now this time we have to deal with Torpedo Teds. Like I've already explained before, Torpedo Teds are like way torpedoes that just aim straight for you. If you're not careful, you get whacked, and that can really suck. There are actually two kinds of Torpedo Teds in this game. The ones you see right now as I'm progressing through underwater are the black Torpedo Teds. They only move in one set direction, which is either left or right. Though truth is, you'll be encountering another variety of Torpedo Ted that doesn't happen until much later. I'm not going to tell you because that would literally kill the fun, but you'll see what I mean when I get there. Anyway, I got hit and I lost my ice flower. Big deal. I just keep on moving. Anyway, I got the second star coin after some artful dodging, and this is where I'm supposed to reach a hidden passageway, but I didn't want to risk it because I didn't want to get hit. Now, to get it, you need to go around the right and then upwards. And I was thinking to myself, why the heck would I even bother doing that when I should have done that in the first place? That to me was a really careless move in my opinion. All there is just nothing fancy, just more coins. And I do feel the gimmick regarding coin collecting, especially in New Super Mario Bros. 2, was ridiculous. Why am I saying that? Because let's just say it just sucks. It really does. Yeah, it does suck because in New Super Mario Bros. 2, that's the whole gimmick of it, to collect coins. And even now, the coin counters reached 300 billion. I'm not planning on doing the DLC for New Super Mario Bros. 2. Yes, I have 3 more worlds to go through, so sue me. Sorry, I just had a hiccup. But anyway, what I was saying is I will complete like all 3 areas and the hidden areas. Yeah, the mushroom, flower, and star areas. And then after that, that's it. I'm not going to be doing anything else. I got a whole lot on my plate. And I lost my ice flower again because I found out that torpedo Teds break off after about, say, a split second. That's not a lot of time. They could have done a lot more. But they're in a rush. But what else is new? Anyway, we keep on going. We're almost at the end anyway. Getting the last star coin means you have to grab on that, like, that plank there. I don't know what it's called. I forget. But whatever. You need to hold on to it and then reach the top towards the hidden entrance and you'll be able to get it. That's simple. Not that hard, right? Though at least I got all 3 coins and it could have been worse. A lot worse. Worst case scenario, I would have started over again and that would have sucked. No, I'm really serious. That would have really sucked. Anyway, I make it all the way to the end and I have to ignore that big dry bone since that's a pain in the butt since I can't freeze it. But either way, I make it through and I'm already doing fine. Now, I can tell for certain this boss fight is going to be a real tough one. Nah, who am I kidding? It's not that tough. I can deal with this cheat anytime. And look, Cheatsy's big mugs all over the place. Dear God. Anyway, let's just keep on going. I take the cannon upwards and, wouldn't you know it, it's boss time. Yeah, the fight here is that there are 3 flowing water geysers, and you need to use them so that way you can reach up top. Though, basically, that can be used to your advantage as it can move the shell around all over the place. Larry Koopa, is actually the youngest of the Koopalings. Though, I believe he's known also as a big cheat. Don't believe me? Watch the Super Mario Bros. Cartoon and you'll see what I mean. Too bad his cheats ain't good enough for me.
Mario #1!
That's it? That's pretty lame. Wow. Though I also want to mention that he also likes to sing songs and symphonies about himself, which is kind of weird, and he's also named after a musician. Ironic, since he is a goddamn cheat. Ah well, nice knowing you, Larry. Have a nice day. And that takes care of that, and now we unlock yet another passageway to World 5. And we collected all the star coins for World 3. That's going to lead to something good, right? Yup, it is. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time when we head up north to the icy cold. Okay, take care. Bye.